All right, continuing our series on how to manipulate or manage the content inside of your identity page. Remember, to get to this screen, you have to go to the identity page icon in the top black bar of Foliotek. But once here, you can manage how things look as well as the content that you want to display within the aesthetic wrapper of your ID page. For this video, we're going to cover just a couple of things. First off, how to change your fonts inside of our identity page. You can only change actually 2 fonts, and to do so, you click the paint roller icon in the left navigation. So I click that, opens up the ability once again for me to change my color scheme, but if you'll notice below that, you have a heading here for fonts where you can change 2 particular fonts. You can change the header font, which is your name, that's a part of your content area, and you can change all the other text. So all you can change is the header and all the other text options. A good design choice is always to only use 2 fonts. That's why we only allow for editing of 2 particular fonts, and use 2 complementary fonts. So for example, if I want to have a font up top that is a serif font, so it has these little fancy little curly Q things at each end of each letter, then to complement that font, I'm going to use something that doesn't have those curly Qs. So I'm going to use something that is a sans serif font, so without the fancy stuff. And I can change the size of these, bigger, smaller. I can change the size of my header if I want bigger, smaller, just by dragging those sliders. So that's how you change the font for your content area. Now you'll notice that my content area now spans the whole entire page. That is called snapped. So that snap top and bottom on my screen, I can unsnap it by clicking that icon, and that allows me to move this around again. So as you can see, my text got pretty big, and if I don't like that, I go back. I say, yeah, I don't really want text that big. I can decrease the size of that. And so it's a little bit more visually appealing now. The final thing I want to talk about in this video is how do you share this? How do I get this out to the world so other people can see my identity page? Well, from the main screen here, there's 2 options. I can click the share in the top right corner, or I can click the share option in the bottom left of my navigation bar. So we'll go ahead and click that one. They both open the same thing actually. This icon in the top right opens the same as this does. Here is the URL for my identity page. So I can easily just grab that fella and copy it, and I'd be able to paste it into an email and share it however I wish. I can edit my URL. So if my URL by default is some random string of letters, XQR349er or something like that, I can edit that URL and make it something more custom. So Mr. Adam Stevens here changed his URL to Adam Stevens 60. I can also update the title and the description that are shared. So if I share this on a social media platform, this is the title that the social media platform will read, and this is the description the social media platform will read outside of what you apply to your content in your content area. This is important for search engine optimization. The final thing you'll notice is at the top, I've got the Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Google Plus icons here. So if I want to share this quickly to any of these social media platforms, I would click on them. It would ask me to authenticate who I am, and then I could share that inside of my platform of choice, one of these 4 at least. So that's sharing. So that's really it for the identity page. We've covered all sorts of things in these videos. I hope you found them constructive and valuable, and you're able to present your professional brand in a way that your target audience is getting the impression that you want them to get about you and who you are and what you're capable of doing.